Hi, Amazon readers and social media followers. I am Dr. Nakia Simmons Cotton, author of Essential Tips for Special Education Leaders. So, chapter 8 is one of my second longest chapters in the book. Chapter 8 talks about one of the second most important things in leadership, which is team building. So, chapter 3, I talk about relationships, but in chapter 8, I talk about the essentials of team building and things that you can do as a leader and teacher to build your team. The solid foundation generated from your confidence is one component of successful leadership. Once the foundation is built, then you will empower others and build on that foundation through team building. Leadership confidence is related to setting goals, gaining committed followers, and overcoming obstacles to change. So, chapter 8 talks all about team building. That was just a little excerpt from chapter 8. And I talk about the characteristics of a team, vision and goals, setting norms, and other things. If you want to know more about team building in your classroom or in special education leadership or content area leadership, take a look at the book because chapter 8 talks about team building. Once I give you the essentials and foundations for team building, I go into chapter 9, which is another chapter that's near and dear to my heart, which is titled Lead with Your Heart. And I talk about heart leadership and how to have empathy with your team members and your parents and your teachers, as well as I provide some additional information on how to facilitate and manage difficult meetings, difficult IEP meetings. So chapter 8 is team building. In chapter 9, I talk about leading with your heart and that heart leadership, which is very important when you're working with parents, teachers, students, when you're just working with people. Leading with your heart is becoming very popular now in our modern day age, especially with everything that's going on now in society with the pandemic and everything. So chapter 8 is team building, and chapter 9, you have to lead with your heart. You have to ask yourself, am I leading with my heart? Am I demonstrating empathy and compassion for others? Am I putting myself in those people's shoes so I can see things from a different perspective? So chapter 18, building, chapter 9, lead with your heart, essential tips for special education leaders, available on Amazon, Kindle, and paperback, $18.95. And it's available there is a workbook version available for $16.95. So build your team. And once you build your team, you lead with your heart. If you want to learn how to do those things, buy the book, and happy reading.